everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Bernie Baker Bakes. I'm gonna stick with that title because some people told me it was a good title, so sticking with it. Yesterday, I went and visited my good friend Chris Fletcher at Brothers Brewery, which is the best brewery in Victoria. And luckily, I am just right within the 5-kilometer radius that I can go there. Anyway, I picked up these new beers that they're making, Choc-Top, and it's Choc-Orange Porter. And as I was getting these, Chris said, why don't you try to incorporate this beer into your brownies somehow? And I thought, cool. I mean, I already planned on making my raspberry white chocolate ones, but this does sound fun. But it does also mean that I have to change my plan. Kind of sends me into a little bit of a panic because I don't really like change. I just consulted with my good pal Cheryl Crow, and this is what she had to say. So now that that's settled, I am going to be making what I call Jaffa Brownies, chocolate orange. They're like M&Ms, but they're basically chocolate orange flavors. Jaffa's Brownies with the chocolate orange porter chocolate ganache to go on top. Epic. So first, line a 9x9 baking dish. They say with foil and coat it with non-stick spray, but who honestly has non-stick spray? So I just kind of lightly grease it and put baking paper on it. I'm also supposed to preheat my oven right now to either 325 Fahrenheit or 165 Celsius, but I know this is going to take me forever, so I'm just going to wait to do that till later. Step 2, in a medium saucepan, Step 2, in a medium saucepan, combine 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate and butter. That's something I prepared earlier. And melt over medium-low heat, stirring constantly. Once the chocolate is melted, remove the pan from the heat immediately. So let's go over to the other side. So this is what I would look like if I didn't have a head. So I'm creating a makeshift double boiler thing. I've got my water simmering and I'm just going to pop this on the top and stir away until it's all melted. One of these because it's gonna get hot. It's starting to melt. Don't ask me why I'm using a whisk. That was probably not the smartest choice. Should just use a spoon, but I'll need a whisk in the next step. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, it's been good. Okay. Jingle, jingle. All right. That step is finished. Now I need to add the sugars. There's light brown sugar and there's granulated sugar, which is also called caster sugar in Australia. With this brown sugar. All right, I need 3/4 of a cup. So far, so good. 3/4 of a cup. Add that to the bowl. Okay, and I need the same amount of caster sugar or granulated sugar. 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup caster sugar in the bowl. I'm gonna whisk both the sugars into the chocolate and then add the eggs. But first, let's whisk this together. A strange consistency for whisking. Really thick. I don't want to break my whisk. Jeez. I mean, I think we're gonna write down that you don't need to whisk. Use mixer. Add add the eggs. There's 4 eggs. Add the eggs one at a time, whisking constantly until evenly combined. How can you whisk constantly when you're adding an egg one at a time? I don't have 4 arms. At least it's getting easier to whisk. 2. Oh God, my arm is tired. 4. Done with the eggs. Next, I gotta catch my breath. Maybe I need some calming violin music or something. Still there. I feel much more relaxed. Let's add the vanilla, 2 teaspoons. Fudge sickles. Why won't it pour without spilling? God, it went everywhere. Not happy, Dan. Shit, keeps spilling. Mix in the vanilla till smooth. I mean, technically it was already smooth before I added the vanilla, but son of a biscuit. I should try to secure sponsorship from Pino Clean wipes. Okay, next up we've got to stir in the salt and the flour until they're evenly incorporated. So I've got my cup of flour, and I need a half teaspoon of kosher salt. All right, not bad. I retired my whisk because, well, it was annoying me. So just kind of gonna add a little at a time. I'm just kind of folding it in. Add some more. Fold it in. Add the last bit. Oh. Check underneath because you might have a wait surprise. We're getting near the end. Thanks for hanging with me. All right. Now we're going to add half a cup. So this is half of the total amount of Jaffas. Half a cup. And also half a cup of dark chocolate chips. Remember what I told you about those milk chocolate chips? Dark. Half cup chocolate, dark chocolate chips. So I'm gonna stir these in until it's evenly mixed in. Okay, that's looking good. Now we get to pour it into the pan. Yay! Just spread it out so it's covering all corners of the pan. Okay, once that's all spread out in the pan, then we're going to sprinkle the rest of the Jaffas, which is another half a cup, on top. I might just do it this way. More organized. I like things organized. Kind of organized. Last one. Where are you gonna go? I don't know. Okay, folks. It's oven time. Goes in the oven for 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted 2 inches from the side comes out clean. I don't care about that. There it goes. See you when you're baked. Maybe I'll practice some etudes while the brownies are in the oven. Kreutzer for today. These are really good. I don't know why I've never bought these before, actually. Jaffa Brownies. So the brownies are finished baking. I had to give it another 5 minutes, but I think they're looking delicious. And now I'm going to get started on the ganache. So I've chopped up about, I think it's about 2 cups of dark chocolate melts. So I used those because they should melt pretty well for the ganache. Back to the stove. I am going to heat up the small amount of water in my makeshift double boiler again. And I like to point out that I have a new coffee machine. I'm completely winging it on this ganache. I don't know what I'm doing really, but I read how to make ganache on a couple websites. So, but this one has beer in it, so who knows how it's going to turn out. 300 mils of thickened cream, which is a bit more than a cup. I'm not really sure if it's a cup and a quarter cup. I don't know, something like that. I have just kind of decided to go with a half a cup of the chopped up Choc-Orange Porter. And I'm going to add that to the thickened cream and hope for the best. Okay, the water is simmering, so I'm going to pop this on top. And I'm just going to stir the cream and beer mixture. I'm going to keep stirring it so it doesn't burn. How am I supposed to tell when it's hot enough? It's getting some bubbles. Maybe that's a sign that it's almost done. I think we're good to go. We're gonna pour the cream into the chocolate. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple minutes and incorporate, and then I'm gonna stir it up. Rightio, I think we're ready to try to stir this up. I'm gonna start with this spatula. Wait, this isn't called a spatula. What is this called? It's a scraper or whatever. Ooh, it's a bit thin. Hopefully it will thicken up. Might become more of a hot sauce. This is what I get for not having a real recipe. It's looking more ganache-y, I suppose, but it's still very, very runny. I'm sure it tastes good though. Hang on, cat's at the door. And then bacon. Good boy. Maybe it'll be okay if I chill it in the fridge. Let's give it a taste, shall we? Oh, that's really good. I'm really happy with that. I'm gonna try to chill it. Then I'll spread it on the top as like a sort of a frosting layer. And if not, then I'll just use it as a hot fudge sauce. I've chilled the ganache. Forgot what it was called. I've chilled it for about 30 minutes and it's slightly thicker, but still a bit saucy. But you know what? I'm just gonna pour it on the brownies because why not? Here we go. They need to chill in the fridge anyway, so maybe, yep, there we go. Nice even layer. And I'm just gonna save the rest or just eat it straight out of the bowl. Ah, spilled. Thanks for watching episode 2 of Bernie Baker Bakes. I hope you've enjoyed it, and you know, if you have a request for a type of baking thing that you'd like me to try, go ahead and send it on. I can't promise I'll do it, but I'll at least consider it. Have a good one. See you next time.